I don't know. I still can't find my yellow sunglasses. And for the life of me, I just can't seem to figure out where they are. Someone the other day asked me if that was going to be my thing. And I think it is, man. I think those yellow shades are what's going to define me, especially now that I don't have them. So, I gotta figure something out. Alright, well, a good afternoon to you all. I'm Whitney Howland, aka Couch Guy. And this is another episode of Comedy from the Couch. We're kicking back to some Chet Baker, which I think is appropriate because we're going to talk about Harvey Pekar. We're not going to cover him in his entirety. I'm just going to give you just a few little kind of biographical shots. That's what I like to call them, biographical shots. Speaking of which, folks, I don't drink, but I don't judge others who do. Because at least you've had all your shots. Anyway, I kind of use the heck out of that joke. I've gotten a lot of mileage out of it. But let's clear something up here. I say it's comedy from the couch, but I'm actually sitting in an overstuffed recliner. But this is kind of my summer location. When the school year starts up, we'll go back to the couch. But we're in the easy chair because I think it works for me. But let's talk about Harvey Pekar. Harvey was an underground comic. And when I say underground, it's not that he lived underground. He wasn't like a mole who lived kind of in some deep, dark space. But no, he was an underground comic, meaning that he was an alternative comic. He wasn't mainstream. And he'd probably be mainstream today. But he was an underground comic back then. You know what you call a dinosaur that doesn't use toilet paper? That'd be a Megasaurus. I don't know. Maybe he wouldn't. Harvey might appreciate these jokes. I don't know. I didn't know the guy. I never met him. But, well, anyway, Harvey was on David Letterman a couple times. And David's interview with Harvey, and this was a couple times, they got very contentious. And apparently it wasn't an act. It was real. But that's the beauty of it, was that it just looked like kabuki theater. But it was real. I mean, and that's what made it so funny. But, yeah. I think Harvey was famous for, what defined Harvey was his anthology of comics called American Splendor. And they were comics that were written just about his everyday life and his frustrations. And you should check it out. I think I haven't read the book myself, but I'm definitely going to check it out. Yeah. Well, let's What else here? What else? What else? I could never follow the storyline of Stephen King's It. Too many main characters. But I think we just cut out with the music there a little bit. But that's all I got to say about Harvey Pekar. And this was another episode of Comedy from the Couch, folks.